So what about these new features? I understand that there are some cult followers of Apple products that have been waiting for this new edition.
Yeah, well, for the must-have technology product, the latest iPhone update, geeks like me are going to run out and buy the phone just because they've got to have the latest thing. But it's a huge business, this iPhone business. It's the most successful phone out there in the world. It's the biggest company in the world, and it's all driven by this new iPhone. So the suppliers have been getting ready for this device and getting ready to put the things that go into it. Apple doesn't make the device all on their own, and they have a lot of important suppliers throughout Silicon Valley. And those key suppliers have been giving us some clues as to Apple's expectations because, of course, they've had to have their products ready for this phone for quite some time. So when you go through the list of key suppliers, you look at Avago Technologies, Cirrus Logic, NXP Semiconductor. NXP Semiconductor makes the chip that runs the Apple Pay system. SKYWORKS Solutions. All of these companies benefiting from the growth in the iPhone, but also having to sort of take risks right alongside with Apple in terms of creating the ability to make the products and make the iPhone do all of its magic. So you've seen a reaction from all of those companies and a reaction from their stocks as well. And when you look at SKYWORKS Solutions, for example, a company that really did nothing for a long time in terms of the public markets, suddenly erupted with the success of the last iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, and hopes that it might do the same with the new iPhone.
Cory, have any of these suppliers come out and said anything specifically about their expectations for how well the new iPhones are going to sell?
Well, great question, because the Apple really prohibits anyone who works at Apple, anyone who works with Apple, from saying a thing about it. And yet, with the public companies, they have a responsibility to their investors to tell them what's going on in their business. So you've seen some sort of coded messages. And I took note, Fred Hickey, who writes a high-tech strategist, wrote a great piece about what Avago had to say, and it really sort of suggests the problems and opportunities for Apple with this new phone release. In the last conference call, of course, they couldn't mention who their customer was, but Avago said, we do expect 10% growth. We expect 10% growth to result from the full ramp of the new phone model at our North American smartphone customer. You can guess who that is, but partially offset by the product cycle rollover in the Asian customer. So that really points out to the great dilemma for Apple right now, which is that smartphone growth globally, and particularly in Asia, and particularly in China, is slowing down dramatically. Now, some of that's because Apple has had some success, and the other companies are failing. But a shrinking market in Asia, or slower growth, is hurting these suppliers, and maybe they won't benefit as much as Apple. As Apple gains share, they're still selling to the other suppliers, so they're actually seeing some weakness there.